We've got a little plan here for the second most responded to question in order to have a question for periods when I'm not here, which is a lot. So the winner is, and I hope to see you this week in Utrecht, is Yiki Vandershore. And her question is, uh, I think the following question is a relevant one for many young people living in a Western capitalist society. This is why I'm asking this question here. How can we create a world based on love and care and kindness when our own identities have been at least partially shaped by a society structured by capitalist values? Do you think it requires a radical choice for reshaping our identities? And if so, how do you make that choice for the idea of letting go of the me, in quotes, that I know and the life that comes with it? Kind of frightens me. Oh, maybe this is the question. I mean, certainly why I'm going to the TEDx conference in Utrecht. Yes, the capitalist system for me is the worst thing that happened in human history. It uses, instead of needing a Gestapo, it uses inane television and unhealthy school systems and a constant barrage of things you think you need to dumb you down to not developing your thinking. So far away from thinking, we have to say critical thinking. That I think that the science fiction writers and a lot of great literature in the last 150 years is about a person losing their connection to themselves, which is what you mentioned in your question. That clearly we want massive conformity so that when someone says, buy a thoopy thoopy, that everyone wants to buy a thoopy thoopy. And then the thoopy thoopy extra. And the long lines for fancy new iPhones. And what about professional sports, which is multimillionaires playing with their balls? Don't you imagine that could be a trick that people are manipulated to watching that when they could be learning to play a musical instrument or learning to get close to their children or partner or make friends or make a revolution for loving? Yes, it is important to question your me. Am I the me that I am creating, or am I a me that is a manipulation of this system that wants a bunch of thoughtless, resistantless drones that will buy the things they say they need and imagine that they are who is important instead of we. We, the collective we of all humanity, all 7 billion people, we're all one team. If anyone is hungry, someone in my family is hungry. And the capitalist system has no ethics to deal with that. Let me finish with a quote by Milton Friedman, the author of Capitalism and Freedom and the architect of market capitalism. He said, few trends could so thoroughly undermine the very foundations of our free society as the acceptance by corporate officials of any social responsibility except to make as much money for their shareholders as possible. If that's what you want, then be influenced by capitalism.